This is the face you're going to see right now because the real face is not a face that I want everybody to see tonight. I'm the president of the Democratic Women's Club of Miami-Dade, but I'm here to represent three other clubs and one new club that's coming online from Little Havana. And that's, we have a club in Overtown, we have one in Liberty City, one in Miami Gardens. So there are 4 Democratic Women's Clubs in Miami. And basically, because we've all worked together with Coral Gables Gems and Blue Wave Coalition, I think that what Bentone has already said is a part of, I'm not going to repeat it because it's all of us, it was all of us working together to do that. One of the things that I'm really, really committed to, and
can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Where Sandra
Making
and I
sure.
are on.
Yes, just
Yeah.
2 of us on. Thank you for that, Derek.
Mhm.
One of the several things I want to get a data about the elections. Now, and we need to get that set. I'm thinking about the next meeting. Excuse me. I got a cold last night, some kind of way. I can't believe it. I think it was too cold for me last night. It was too cold for me last night. I think that's what happened. You know, so you know, election held in the odd years. Those members who want to be informed about that, this is our year, as we know. And since it was held in March, our number of years. That's the only guidance that we have in terms of time frame. Held in March and sent to the state chapter in April. Okay, so we can do that. I'm thinking about having the election in the next meeting. I don't stand in prohibition against that. Having it at the same time. We probably need to on the agenda set out a time for the meeting. Then set out a separate time for the election. Once the either during or after the meeting, one of the two. But getting more guidance, I'll do with either our second VP tell me to do one or the other, whether during the meeting or after the meeting, whether on the same night at the same time frame. And our next meeting will be third Thursday in March. I don't know what that is at this moment. Then we got a calendar handy. What that would be?
Sure, I'm looking it up now. It will be March 18th because, you know, this is February. It only has 28 days, so it'll be March 18th, just like this was February 18th.
Okay, thank you.
March 18th is the third Thursday in the month. And Derek has a way of being able to people to vote without other people knowing who they voted for, and then he can tally those votes. So we would need to have a ballot that shows who's running for president, vice president, secretary, treasurer. What other offices do we have? Parliamentarian? What other official office is there?
In a second.
Are you guys talking about the upcoming elections?
Yes.
So I would have to, I've made arrangements to turn over the Zoom hosting ability to one of my colleagues or friends that has agreed to do so, just to be fair and impartial, so that nobody within Black Caucus is assisting or accounting with the votes.
Oh, wonderful. Thank
Just
you.
that, but I will still use the Democratic Black Caucus account, but,
Okay.
and I'll set up everything, but we'll need to know prior to the election who's running, so that,
Yeah.
so that it can be carried out accordingly.
Exactly. Okay. The the office of the vice president, versus second vice president, the treasurer, secretary. Um,
And we don't have enough members for first and second vice, so we just have one.
yeah, exactly.
That's correct.
Okay.
So we don't have a chaplain or a parliamentarian or anything else in those official categories, just those 4 offices that we need to elect.
Well, we need the people, I was thinking about two things here. I was thinking about, yes, at this moment, but Sandra, we discussed that timetable earlier today. If we have our 18th of March for the election time, then those who may want to, pay their dues before the 25th, then they still,
Run for office.
new people can't, always, but new people can't vote. So we got to address that timetable there. We need to probably push the election back, either after or the day of the election, I would imagine. 18 would include those who want to become members, or if they want to join and I'm crazy here. I'm sorry. I'm thinking two different months. Forget
Yeah.
that.
No
Okay,
problem.
We good.
We're good. Yeah, dues are due by that 25th.
25th of
And
March.
Lil didn't pay enough, and neither did Barbara
I'm
Petty.
sorry. Yo, no, wait, hold on. Because Lil asked me what her amount was, and hers should only be $15. She is not, because she's over the age of 65 and she's a returning member. So those individuals categorized would only be the $15 amount that goes to the
That
state.
goes to the state, yes. But then it's $15 for local, right?
But no, they don't pay that. So everybody above the age of 65 who's a returning member only pays the 15 that goes to the state.
For who?
It's in the, I guess, the bylaws as well. I read through them and confirmed with Miss Galinda to make sure that was accurate.
Linda, so I wrote a check for 30. And your mother, Linda, you wrote a check for just
15,
15. Okay.
and that's how much when I first came on board that I paid was only 15. And well, my question is, suppose my friend, and I didn't understand this, why, according to what he's saying, my friend, let's see, Modest, if she wanted to join, and she wouldn't have to pay 30 plus 15, would she?
Yes, she would, because she is now technically a new member because she didn't return last year.
But when I first came in, I wasn't a.
What?
I was only asking because when I first came in, I wasn't a returning member, and if I remember correctly, Glenda only charged me $15. That's why I was asking.
Yeah. So I'm not arguing with you one way or the next. I can only go by what she confirmed. With she being Glenda Atkins, I think she set up, what she informed me is she set up the structure for our dues to be mirrored to Okaloosa, and that's what they're doing in Okaloosa. So I don't know.
That sounds good. But
I'm sorry.
That sounds good, but we wouldn't have an income though. Let's like that.
Yeah, we won't have
that. Yes, that would be the rub that you run into with respect to the individuals who are currently members. But I don't know. I mean, have you gotten all 13 dues in? 13 members?
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with friends. 1, 2.
Not yet, no, Derek, not yet. No, no.
5.
So I think the bigger concern though is.
Without,
whether
Did you
we'll-
get,
we'll
did
be
you get
able to-
Barbara's?
I have Barbara's 15.
Okay, okay,
She dropped it at the office. Well,
right.
And Patricia, his sister, paid 30, and she needs to take 15 of those back if she only pays 15. And I need to write my check for 15 rather than 30. But I mean, we need to just clarify that one more time with Glenda.
Yeah,
I wonder if we can get her on.
Sure, let me call her. She's probably on another call, but let me check.
Yeah.
because I don't ever remember paying $50 for myself. The first time I joined, I only remember her charging me $15. That's the only reason why I was questioning.
And if you recall in the last meeting, what I said was the only person that had to pay 15 or had to pay 50 that is currently a member, it should only be me. But I don't know if that's how that goes. And again, the 35 of that goes to the state, and the remaining 15 stays here.
The 15 stays here for what reason if you're paying 35 to stay? So after
Well, for me.
65, we don't have.
No, that's just for me. That's because
Okay.
I'm the only one I think that should be at this point based on the membership roster. Oh no, I'm sorry, that Tony, if she were to return.
Let's give a call, Glenda. If we
Yeah, she's not answering.
Okay.
I already called her.
Mm.
Give me one second, please.
Texting her now for returning members over 65. I knew she was probably on another call. Sorry.
All right, don't fall asleep.
I know, honey. Oh my goodness. I made the mistake of going and substituting at the school.
Oh gosh, that's enough to put you. What school?
Tired.
Elementary or high?
Middle school. Because I know that the little kids are too touchy-feely with this time with the COVID, and the older kids can drive and they can go and party and all that stuff. So I figure the middle school, the worst bunch.
I was gonna say, yeah, because they're the runners.
Yes.
And they run everywhere and they all over.
Mhm, they do. They're little
Mm-mm-mm.
antelopes. But anyway, it wore
What
me out.
school did you
It's
work
Bellevue Middle.
for? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I went to
That's over there with Malia, right? Malia Potter. Mm-hmm.
yeah. She's AKA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I tried Workman. Those kids are awful.
Oh,
I
I
went
can
one
just
day, and I
see,
said I'd never go back again.
and I know because the Workman group is coming from where I used to be, the zip code 32503, and they can present a challenge.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. I went one day, and I said I'll never go back to Workman. Okay. Then I worked at Ferry Pass, and there. I mean, I try to find the schools that are the cleanest and have the best control over their students. And I worked. The only two I would work at was Ferry Pass and Bellevue, because Bellevue they keep a clean school, and that's very important to me.
Mm-hmm.
And but then over at Ferry Pass, this Caucasian young lady was hanging with these other African American children, and she was loud and acting up. And when I said something to her, she got in my face.
Oh.
Yeah, so I was like, called the den. I ain't gonna be bothered with that. And she was taller than me too. I had to look up to her.
Well, let me ask you this. Have you ever been out to Ransom?
No, that's too far to drive.
That's too far to drive. Okay. See, I thought you lived out that way.
I live off Detroit.
Well, that's almost to Ransom, isn't it?
Seems like it's a long way to me.
Okay.
I have not been out there
Okay.
at all.
Because I just had I want to say she's supposed to be a relative who just started working out there.
Oh,
She's
yeah?
in school. Yeah, so she's only been out there for about 2 weeks.
Uh-huh.
And I guess this is her second career too, because her first was a pharmacist. And so
Well,
she,
honey, it's a lot different. Yeah, you know.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I worked in the industry, so yeah.
Hmm.
I don't plan on doing it full time, no ma'am.
Now, Fred, I'm not being nosy or getting into your business, but don't you live somewhere out off of 29 in Magnolia or somewhere out in that way?
Yeah, I live off of Cray now. I used to, but not now. I live off of Cray Road now.
Oh no, the only reason why I was asking, I didn't want to know where you lived. I was just trying to see because I thought I'd heard that one of your neighbors might have passed away today. I think it might have been today. Ed.
Ed passed. Oh my God.
That's
Ed,
what I heard. Now wait, hey, wait!
Oh,
Don't you go spread. But that's what I was told. You know how people talk, and
that's
I have until I see it in the newspaper or something. You know, I try not to. Yeah, but that's what I was told.
He been in UAB for the last 2 months. UAB. The last 2 months. UAB. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Last 2 months. UAB. Wow. He been blessed though. He came back a couple times from their death. So,
yeah, he did. Yeah, he surely did. Because I think he had a heart attack when he went to was it Deborah's father's funeral or something?
Yes.
Yeah, and then she couldn't even attend because she had to go, I guess, and take him to the hospital. And
yeah, he had Deborah died too, you know, several years ago.
who did?
Deborah's wife. She was really blessed.
No, Deborah. Yeah, because you know, I used to work with her.
Years ago.
Yeah. She had that aneurysm.
Yeah, she was a UAB also, and they brought it back.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good guy. He was a good person.
Mm.
He was a very good person. That's a loss, man. Anyway, but God has a time for all of us. You know, God has a time for all of us.
Right, and I just said I hope that that's not true. You know how people, you know, I just hope it's not, but I have a feeling it is.
That's what he's my old neighbor. He's my old neighbor. That's true.
Because that's what I thought you lived out that way. I didn't know whether you still lived there, and I didn't know if you had heard. I was gonna ask you if you had heard anything like that.
We were close. We killed Maplewood in place where I was out there with him. Anyway, but yeah, you know, the dues, the bylaws aren't really clear. Well, you know, we could add something on to the state dues. That's the thing. We got a bill to add. Local chapter can't add a premium to the state dues. So state dues are $15 for seniors. We could add something to that. I think that's what we did with our local dues. I think we can have local dues, Derek. I think we can.
He's on another meeting now.
Okay,
if it's not, is it in our bylaws already, or will we?
I'm actually texting. She asked Miss Glenda asked to text what the issue is because she said she was, I guess, currently occupied. So I'm actually typing it out. I heard what you said, but I wasn't fully. So give me 2 seconds to finish this text, and I'll
sure. Like your background, Linda.
Oh, thank you. That's the best I can do for a vacation until probably until 2022.
I heard that.
Yes, goodness. Will we all be ready? Woo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My God.
We'll definitely be ready.
Have you all had that shot yet?
I've had both.
I'm gonna get mine next week. No, answers no, not yet, but I'm gonna get it. You had yours, Linda?
Yeah, I had my second one last Saturday.
You're free. You're free now. You're free.
No, not really. They say I still got to be real careful, Fred.
How long? Another month? 2 weeks?
No,
you still got to wear your mask.
Still got to wait. Still got to do all the same.
It's not going to change.
Nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed.
It's in case, you know, if I do get it, because I can still get it, hopefully I wouldn't be as sick or maybe near death.
That's what they said. Mm-hmm.
That's what they said. Maybe. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You still get it, but you won't be, you know.
Yeah, on the respirator, yes. Hopefully. If you're blessed.
Which shot? The Pfizer or the Moderna? Which one?
Moderna. You know what? To be perfectly honest, I have not heard of anyone in the city who's had a Pfizer. I don't think they
Right.
sent Pfizer
Doctors
shots
aren't in
here.
Pensacola yet.
But in Fort Walton, I believe it is, I've had some friends to tell me, as a matter of fact, it was Glenda, to tell me that they had both Moderna and Pfizer.
Okay.
Because I think she took one kind and her husband took a different kind.
Hmm.
Well, well, I'm gonna get mine pretty soon. I had the COVID last month,
Oh no, I didn't know you had it.
Well, yeah, I was down most of January.
Were you real sick?
had medium symptoms.
Medium symptoms,
Yeah.
okay.
From the December 31st to about January the 18th, I was
Oh,
out of commission. But slight headaches, low-grade fever, fatigue, a lot of fatigue. I couldn't talk. A couple of days I couldn't talk because I couldn't breathe long enough to
oh
talk.
gosh.
That's kind of scary. After about 1 minute, I'm out of breath trying to talk. And when the fever, can't talk, and headache at the same time, you get a little shaky. I got a little shaky, man. Like, wow. So I prayed to God, don't let it get any worse, God. Don't let it get any worse. That was our prayer. Don't let it get any worse. And God came through for me.
Well, I had a friend, husband and wife team. They both of them had it. She says they thought, she thought they weren't going to make it. Say, oh, the symptoms were terrible. They didn't get they didn't go to the hospital, but she said it was touch and go for a while.
Yeah, when you can't get up off the couch, I wasn't in any pain. You just can't. I couldn't
breathe.
And that you can't afford to walk around because you can't breathe long enough to stand up straight. So.
Right. Well, I guess I have to tell everybody when I go to the doctor's office, first thing they'll ask, have you had any trouble breathing? And I'll just say no. And I started to say, yes, lady, I sure have. But I was having that before COVID came in because I have asthma and everything. And then I have an inoperative right lung. So, yeah.
High risk category, yes.
The high risk category. So I have to really be careful. That's why I've been staying in the whole time and haven't gone any place.
When did they predict things? July, end of July, things show up again. July, August. That's the prediction.
No, it seems like they say they may have enough shots and things, but I don't know if they will have gotten them into the arms of people. If they said around July or so, but it probably will be the end of the year, or 22, or more like 2022.
Yes.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I can't believe it. Well, I don't want to believe it.
I know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Guys, how are we going to reach out to these other people about the dues?
The dues. That's a good question. We need to do an email. We need to do target email to the recruiter to our old members. We need to sit down and get the emails just for all our old members and send them email. Indicate they want to rejoin the organization. Share with them the election time frame, and get them opportunity to where they can get the money paid to. Give them a chance to rejoin. I mean, that's the best way I get them doing it. We got about 40 people on our email list, actually. And we pared it down to 12 or 13 the last few months ago, actual members. But we got an email list before about 30 people or more. Just give them an email, tell them it's time to join up, let's go, and see what they do. Some will, some won't.
See, the people probably who have to pay $15, they probably won't have a problem, but I'm wondering about the ones who have to pay $50.
Well, I agree. But
like Phil Air. I mean, he paid $50 last time, but he wasn't at the last meeting, so I don't know whether he's going to pay again or.
Is it 60?
Ron Helm.
Oh,
Ron Helm.
He's 65. He's 65 years old.
I don't know about him.
Phil is not.
Okay.
Okay. So this is what I think he'll have to pay 15 and 15 act, wouldn't he? Yeah. 15 and 15. Let me see. No,
35 and 15.
35 for the national, statewide.
And 15 local.
That's what I think it is. We have a right to use Article 5, Section 1.
35
Article 5
state and 15 local.
Okay, Article 5, Section 1 gives the right to do premium on top of the state dues, allows us to add to the state dues. So that's what this stuff is. 35.15, that is what it is, okay? Our
Yes,
15
but no,
Under
let's be
65.
clear with that. It's 30, you are correct. It is 35 state, 15 for local, for those individuals that are not 65 and above or students and are returning or not returning. So new members, if you join today and you've never been in Black Caucus, it should be a total of $50. 35 of that 50 goes to the state, 15 stays in local. If you are a returning member and you are 65 and older, or you are a student, then you only pay 15.
Well, what about the other 15?
That goes
And all of that goes to the state.
There is no local assessment for those individuals in that category.
We don't, right, we can't make an assessment. The bylaws say we can.
We can, but when the chapter was, I guess, reestablished, that was what it was. So I don't know what the process is to make that adjustment, but you can't make the adjustment now after it's been communicated.
No, actually, we have a local. We did. I see. That's what they're doing over there because they have money. But we have local dues. Initially, we
do. Yeah, I paid it in my 50.
Yeah,
so that's what I'm saying. The downside is that I mean, it sounds. I don't mean it disrespectfully, but everybody's over 65, so you're not going to have any money coming in at that point. That's the problem. So you need to
let me say this. When this Black Caucus was established several years ago, we voted for a local dues and in addition to the state dues. Period.
That is correct.
Yeah,
I don't disagree with that.
So 15
but the exception lies with those individuals 65 and over and students who are returning.
And that didn't come into play initially. That wasn't a factor.
That's what Miss Glenda set up and collected for everybody. So it had, I mean,
I'm about to give her a call because they may be like that, but we're not like that. But I'll give her a call and talk with her. I was there at the inception. I wasn't an officer, but I was there at the inception. I was there at the inception. We voted for local dues.
But Lynn, didn't you pay 15 when you joined?
When I first came in, my first meeting, and I was there from the beginning, and I only paid $15.
Yeah, that's true at the library. But when we went to the office over there off of Pace Boulevard, we voted for local dues also at that time.
That's not up for, it's not up debating. I agree with you. We all agree with you on that. It's just that everybody doesn't pay that local assessment, is what I'm saying.
It was their local, remember they pay the local assessment. I mean, they're local, they should have local assessment. They should. I mean,
now the $15 that I paid, doesn't it stay locally?
Goes to the state.
the state.
Oh, the $15, okay.
Yeah,
And
it doesn't stay locally, it goes to the state.
oh, I thought they,
No, everybody has to pay state dues.
okay.
So let me give it Glenda. Let me give it Glenda and she can jog a memory.
And do this when you're getting with whomever. Like Modest, you say if you're returning, Modest joined when we first
That's true.
when we first came. So she has paid whatever it was. So is she considered a returning member since there's a break in her attendance and her payment? There was a break in her payment because she didn't come at all last year, but the year before then.
Yeah, current member of this year to be a returning member.
Okay, she's not a recurrent member then because she didn't
She'd
pay.
have to pay 50.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And
every other year you have to pay 15.
Who paid, if they would have paid in the last quarter of last year, then that wouldn't have applied. But yeah. No.
Also, so I think we need local dues. We voted for it in the off Pace Boulevard behind Val's Bench Shop at the DC headquarters at that meeting. And she was there also. Second VP was there also at the time. She was there at the time. So, initially in the library, I agree. There was only one fee paid, but at the DC office, we voted to have a local dues also. I don't know if we're going to survive long-term or short-term or without that local dues. I mean, but some people were joining and they might want to pay that extra money to join, but, that may be the case. So I'll give her Glenda and confirm it, Derek. Let her tell me, I'll go what she says. Well, I have to get with her on my own person because I was there. I just cannot not forget the fact that I was there that night to be voted for local dues. So we'll determine that hopefully by the night. I'll give her a call sometime tonight and determine that. But we'll move on because there's no quorum. They expect 6 to make a quorum. We don't have a quorum at this point, I don't think. So we're gonna move on.
Would you have Derek to send out an email to everyone reminding them about dues?
Oh yeah, of course. As we said before, yeah, particularly because we got a job dead day for the dues in order to be able to be included within this year's membership roll. Is this February 25th. I give Sandra and Barbara time to get those documents together without rushing.
I know Diane sent a note. I'm not sure why to me, but she sent me a note, Diane Crummell, saying that she was going to be late sending hers. That was on Friday night or maybe Saturday. And she said she was sticking it in the mailbox the following day. So you should, if you have not already, it should be en route. If not, I will circle back with her. I thought you said, I'm not sure if you went through everybody, but I know Lil said that she paid hers. Is that not accurate?
So Sandra, Lil
Eubanks paid $15.
Okay, right. Okay, so
her check is at Fred's office.
You get Diane pay money come in. Sorry, Darren. Sandra, you get Diane's.
Diane's, no. I don't have anything for Diane Crummell or Phil Air or Tanate or
the Helm man. What's his name? Ron Helm.
Ron Helm or your friend Kappa brother.
Frank Harris.
Yeah, exactly. Frank Harris. Yes, Frank Harris.
Yes.
Okay. What about that lady who won can she be a part still? The one who won the election from one of the districts.
Well,
sure, yeah.
But she doesn't have. She would only have to pay the. Well, no, I take that back. I don't know how old she is. I'm assuming Tony Broughton.
Tony would only have to pay what you paying, Derek.
Well, that's the entire 50. So
yeah, she'd have to pay the entire 50. She is my son's age.
Okay.
Or my daughter's age, one of them.
Okay.
Turn your age, Sandra. Come on now.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know you were that old lady.
Yes, ma'am. I am.
All right.
So we're gonna December 25th. I mean December, my God. February 25th is a drop dead date. You give the dues in to either my office and send it. February 25th.
Okay.
And Sandra hands, my office or Barbara's hands. Because they need time to get that thing done.
They got to be in by that 28th.
And to the Miss Dags over in Crestfield. Yeah, Crestfield.
Is she kin to Sandra?
That's Sandra's ex-daughter-in-law.
Oh, okay.
She's married
to also on this call.
She was married to Chris.
Okay.
Sandra's son.
That's by February the 28th, you said?
Yeah, 25th.
To Ms. Dags by the 28th.
But you'll clarify with Glenda, Fred, before you have Derek send out the email.
Right. So
we'll know for a fact if we're going to charge a local dues or not for people over 65.
Okay.
Hey, y'all won't get the money out of me because you told me $15.
Okay, ladies. Okay, ladies. Come on now.
She ain't getting no more out of her.
Don't give us a hard time. Don't give us a hard time. We never did say a prayer. I guess unless I missed a prayer. I get a little late. Did we say a prayer?
No.
You want to say a prayer?
The actual protocol of it.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we just didn't have a quorum, so we didn't move forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's just say a prayer anyway, Sandra.
Sure, absolutely. If we just bow our heads as we go to the throne of grace. Almighty and everlasting Father, we come to you this evening with bowed heads and humble hearts, thanking you for your many blessings. Father, you have been so good to us, better than we have been to ourselves. We realize that we have sickness all over this country. We have friends and loved ones who have passed away from this COVID-19 and other causes. But Father God, we know that you are still here with us. We ask you to please bless the president of this Escambia Democratic Black Caucus, who's not feeling very well this evening. But Father God, keep him strong as we continue to do the work of the Democratic Party. Forgive us all for our sins. Bless all of our families. In Jesus' name we pray and for his sake, amen.
Amen.
Amen. We're going to discuss briefly. We want to. I hate the doggone situation won't open up anytime soon in the country. I mean, the COVID thing is unfortunate. We're going to need to become a little more student in the virtual events. I'm jumping down to on the agenda and the virtual events. We need to plan some kind of virtual event. We discussed this some months ago, at various times, but we hadn't got that together. Because without the virtual event, everything is shut down, and we can't really announce ourselves, if you will, or put our plan of work into action. And that need to be done in some kind of idea of some kind of fashion. Whether it be a speaker that we could pull in, people want to chime in too, or whether it be a training session in terms of it's kind of early. We could pump up that we can use these training program for the nationwide party that they use, and their training tools, which are great. I never sent through a total program of the parties tools for training people to run for office, for training to run a campaign. Has anyone sat through those seminars that they put on?
I haven't.
You haven't?
Not.
So I don't know what they, but I heard it was really good though for people that went to those. We can ram up we get one else from the party and from the national party, like COVID-19 got me going. The national party, use the national party's, presentation of training programs and bring out people into that virtual event. That'll be easy because they have to reinvent the wheel. We could do that. That'd be great. And they may have the thing. They have the programs on the they present them. Could be the case. I'm not sure, but we need to find out. But if not them, then what else kind of event can we put together within the course of our work, plan of our work, that we could invite people to, hopefully they will be attracted to, a virtual event. They can have of course a promotion, advertising, and reaching out to them. Like maybe Hickson's birthday party. She when you got to advertise the Linda Hickson's birthday party, she's gonna have coming up whatever. She got 3 separate days, virtual birthday party, maybe that. Anyway, TMI. But have an event, promote the event, and people to come to at a certain time, certain point, and chime into our event. But what type of event would that be? Could that be? No idea is a night. Think about it, because we need to have some kind of virtual event. Because in the COVID environment, we only deal virtually for the most part. As I see it. Anyone got any comments about my comment? Where's the party doing, Sandra? Where's the party? The county party. Escambia County party. What are they doing?
What we're doing is we have had all the membership sign up for specific committees, or 8 committees. The one is the membership and new potential candidates. Another one is the diversity and inclusion. Another one is the technology. There's 8 different committees that I know Derek and I are working on. And I was asked to be the chair of the diversity and inclusion one. Of course, I wanted Derek on that committee as well, but of course she threw him on technology.
No. I'm going, but I am going to be doing double duty because I felt that I was supposed to join your breakout room the other day, but I was like, but I've already met with social media 3 times already. It would seem to be a little bit. Yeah, we have this whole PowerPoint. It's
a little bit ridiculous, but anyway,
but I love it because it gives us direction, and it's actually what I love to be doing in terms of how we move forward. So, but I just felt odd, like saying, okay, peace out, and coming over. So I said I would join, but you'll just have to keep me in the loop when you guys move forward on the next thing.
Yeah, I will. I definitely. But that's what we're doing right now. And then there's Precincts. There's 80 precincts and we only have like 36 captains. And within those precincts, we're trying to get 4 area representatives to work with the precinct captain so that each one of the communities, like if you live in a subdivision, you'll have an area representative for that one. And so that break it down so it won't be such a task for just one person. So that's what we're doing. And I had the list of all of the Democratic voters and the NPAs. And our goal is I need to divide them up. We need to try to convince the NPAs to become Democrats, because in the state of Florida, it's one way or the other. You can either vote Democratic or you can vote Republican. So being an NPA doesn't get you anywhere on the local level. So there's a large number of people that won't devote either way. So we need to work on those. And I have that list I got from the guy, and I got everybody that registered to vote in 2020. It's a huge list. So I really got to work to break it down into what we need and what we want. So I'm leaving it at this big list. It's a spreadsheet. And then whatever we want, we'll be able to filter out and get those numbers. African American voters, I have male voters, female voters. They're all listed in a myriad of this one huge spreadsheet that I got from the supervisor of elections. So whatever direction we want to take, I have the data for it. I just gotta.
That is great. That's great.
Yeah, I have that. Okay, Glenda's calling. Hi, Glenda. I know you're on a Zoom call.
Okay, what is it?
We're talking about dues.
Okay, the way dues work is that $15 goes to the state, and whatever the branch charge, the chapter charge is up to you guys. If y'all want to increase the membership, local dues, it's $15 for seniors, $35 for people under 65. But if y'all want to increase the local dues, you can. Is that what you asked?
Yes, ma'am. We wanted, Fred said 2 years ago that they voted to have a local dues. That means that seniors would have to pay more than the $15.
Yes, if they want, that's up to you.
She
15
said-
goes to the state, and like what we do here at Okaloosa, we have 15 to the state and 15 stays in the chapter. People over 65 pay $15 to the chapter and 15 to the state.
Okay, that's what we needed to know.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine, honey. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. 15 plus 15. Yeah.
Yes, 30.
We need to maintain that. It's kind of hard to get enthusiasm under the COVID banner.
It is.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to some kind of way to get people a little more excited about, what's going on, and the more advertising and so forth. I think best to start early. We starting early. It's the benefit starting early, and people need to understand that's really important. Start early. How do we get that message out?
I think you're going to run into difficulty getting individuals to do that, especially if they've been paying 15 for the last 2 years. To then say, okay, nope, you now need to be paying 30. I think it's going to be a challenge based on especially based on our output thus far. I don't know that I would sign up for that if I were in that category. Doesn't matter to me now because I pay the entire 50, but to individuals not paying that and haven't paid that for the past 2 years, that would present a problem.
I think people understand the gravity of the matter. They want to flip this government to a Democratic Party. They understand politics costs money. There's money in the campaign. We got to have a whole array of trying to increase their political aptitude, if you will. Understand the nuances and what it takes to get where you want to go. Some people think
I'll defer to the one person I know who has been here for those 2 years. What is your opinion, LS, Linda Scott?
I don't know that I speak for everybody, but what my first question is, are we talking about starting the additional $15 this term or next year?
You
My
mean for
position was
2021 or
for talking about
20?
it for the dues that you're collecting now is where I say you would have a problem.
Because
For
to
the
go
next
back
year,
and ask
it's
somebody
fine. Yeah,
to pay once they've already paid, I personally don't mind paying it, but I'm not sure that everybody would. You tell me 15, and then you're gonna turn around and say, no, we changed our mind, we need 15 more. I don't have a problem because I've invested into the group, but not everybody has invested, so I don't know.
Right.
Mm.
We can see what
Yeah, I mean,
happens.
they probably, if we could just tell them up front initially, then that would be one thing,
Yeah.
but I'm
Yeah.
not sure about switching in midstream if that would work. But it may, I don't know, but I don't, I wouldn't necessarily, wouldn't be my strategy.
What you think, Sandra?
All we can do is request. If they pay their $15 state dues, they are active. Okay, that's the only problem. You know, we don't have to spread that, but if they pay their $15 state dues, they're active. But we're asking it to be a formidable or whatever a club of any kind. We need to have some kind of local dues for stamps and postage and little things like that. I mean, but
I know we need it, yes.
yeah, we need it. But you know,
but how many people, my question is, how many people have paid? How many people, I know I've paid already, and the 15, I know Barbara's paid.
You and Barbara.
So we the only six, we the only young people in the group?
Lil paid 15 as well.
Okay, I didn't know if we were the only young people in the group or not.
Yeah, but Lil did that because I told her that's what the state dues was, okay? And that's what she sent. But
I think, I'm sorry, Sandra, I think given where we are now, we have put out there 15 with the dues for those over 65 for this time frame. It may be prudent to keep it like that for this year and increase it next year.
Next year, that will be, and I don't, and to be, I will give you another $15, but I don't want to say I have to pay it, but I don't mind.
Well, we have 355 and we have 355 in the treasury now, actually. Down, please support our treasury. We have 355 in the treasury as of today's date. So that's an official number we put down in writing, 355. But anyway, I think since whatever had occurred, people have announced in some circles that I do the $15 for the period for those over 65. And keep down confusion. I think we maybe need to go with that moving forward, Sandra. I think.
But if I'm the only one who's done it, I don't mind. But if there are other people, then we might need to.
But it's been communicated. That's the problem.
Yeah, there's just two other people, which is Lil and Barbara Petty.
Plus, they were communicated beyond those also. Probably likely. So let's keep it at 15, and that covers both local and state for this year. State really. It's different. Active locally, active locally also 15. So say $50 the active both state and local, and then next year we implemented 15 local dues. Okay.
Yes.
So anyone over 15 or 65, they $15. Pay 15.
Now, yes.
Yeah, now this year, yeah. So for both local and state active membership status, anyone under 15, under
65 pay
35. It's only fair.
$50.
$50.
Yeah,
we can say I got you. That's fine.
That's what it is. If you're under 65, you still have to pay $35 paid and 15 local.
Yeah, unless you're in school.
That is in the bylaws.
Unless you're in school.
Student pays 15 also.
Yeah. So I can be a old young student.
Student pays 15 and
it will be of no benefit for you because you still pay 15.
I know, but no, I was thinking about somebody like Mecca. If she was in school, she would just pay
she would still pay 50 because she hasn't been in Black Caucus previously.
Okay.
No, the following year,
she has to pay.
But this year,
Yeah,
fees due, so she would
it's
have to pay
confusing,
50.
but yeah.
Well, the main thing is this, well, we want to keep it as less confusing as possible. You know, when they ain't got a disruption about, they said this last time and then Sandy said that before and Fred said this and Derek said that. Keep it. Seniors are $15 active both local and statewide. Under 65, they pay $50.
Under 65, they pay what?
$50.
$50.
Under 65, yes.
Yes,
Under 65, $50,
yes, that's correct.
Unless they're a student,
unless they're a
Unless
student.
they're a full-time student.
it's a discount.
I like to
I'm
say
not referring-
full-time
there's a
student,
distinction between
full-time
returning-
student.
I don't know if it.
You mean I could take I could take 3 hours now would be considered a student?
You just have to be able to show some type of identification that you're enrolled in a university or trade or some type of professional program. It
Yeah.
doesn't necessarily mean college. It doesn't mean anything that you're advancing yourself, however you define that. So those individuals, but it is important to make the distinction between returning and new.
I don't see that in the bylaws. I don't see that, Derek. They're returning a language. I don't see that.
Let
Let
me pull it up. Give me one second.
Did she tell you that
Yeah, I can tell. I want to say it's on page 4. Like we read through it. Let me look at it. Give me one second.
it's called continuing member.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Section
that's
5.
The what? What did you say?
It's called
continuing,
continue. I see a continue member, but not a
Well, continue. That's what I'm
That's
indicating.
what a
Continue
continuing
would be
member
defined is someone who's
Returning.
paid for the prior year and is renewing their dues. Those would be continuing. Everybody else falls under new.
Let the attorney find the loophole for us.
Mhm.
I do believe we're going to get new members between now and the 25th,
Yeah,
which
exactly.
will kind of help offset whatever is missing from those who have not yet paid.
Okay, I'm prayerful that will happen as well. Okay.
Um,
Well, I'm not, I thought I was gonna have some of my friends, but I don't know if they're gonna pay the husband and the wife. I don't know if they're
well,
gonna
no, I
pay
think they-
$100, because I
No,
ain't
that's-
said I
that's
thought it
what
was
was-
$15.
No. Are you speaking? Well,
I was
no.
thinking of
no,
Modest and Mary and all of
No,
them.
Miss Dillon said they were paying 100. I told her. it
Oh,
was
did she say that?
I
Oh,
said
okay,
that,
okay.
God bless her.
She was going to send the dues over this week, I believe, sometime. Back to your point, Fred. I think it's on. If you look at the beginning, starting with page 3, I believe it is 3 going into 4. Wait, am I wrong? Yeah, no. It gives what's in. It's the one Article 4 for membership and eligibility and how it's defined.
Yeah.
So
Article 4.
yeah, and then that's when you go into there for what then constitutes dues, which is Article 5 and how they're assessed. So pages 3 and 4, and the beginning of page 5 gives you what is defined as continuing member.
Mhm. Well, I don't think that's a factor in the matter. It's a factor in the status, not in what you pay them. I don't think it's determined your pay category. Status is without your pay category. In section 5 on page 4 doesn't pretend to relate to trying to find how much you have to pay, in my opinion. But let me talk with Glenda again about that and the state president, because that's new. I don't get that, Derek. But let's see what the state president says about that. Okay.
Yeah, I mean it kind of does, because it does say members at large, and then page
But
5 defines what that is. So
I can't put that together right now. So I'm going to ask the state president see what she said. Okay. And then that's another category. Got to work with this whole dues thing and make it a little more complicated.
yeah.
I don't want to do that actually. But I don't have to be candid with you. I'm gonna talk with the state president, see what she says about that. And she
Okay,
knows.
guys.
She knows everything. She might tell me. She don't mind telling me. She will tell you in a heartbeat. State president, you talked with her lately, Sandra?
No.
Oh, she would tell you. She would tell you. She doesn't miss words. So I'll give her a call about tomorrow morning. Let you guys know, okay?
All right.
Okay.
Okay. I'm exhausted, so
Okay.
it's after 7.
We can let it go.
Yeah,
when
and
is-
we
when
have
is-
the next meeting scheduled. We got to get our dues in before then.
Yeah, the 25th of
February.
February is the due deadline, period, okay?
Mhm.
So let the people spread the word. I'll do it with an email to everybody tomorrow. I give my paralegal show I had to work the thing there. Paralegal, he's in tomorrow, so he's trying to do that new thing, if you will. You got last month. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. And we'll get a word out to all the membership. And we'll discuss also about the continuing I'm sorry, the people who are members now, were members a couple of years ago, you know, market those guys to return to rejoin again some kind of way. So need to get that done too. Because now we can have a little small membership, but we'll work on that. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for your presence and your time, and God bless you.
All righty.
All right then.
Bye bye.
Good night.
Bye-bye. Good night.